Good morning, welcome to Furry and Spoilt. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to use toys to calm your dog down. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about using toys as in throwing balls, things like that. Although that will calm your dog down, it will take out energy, it will take out any nervous energy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using toys as far as a dog chewing on the toy. And this is because it has been proven, and I've seen it myself, that a dog chewing on something, so a toy is ideal, is what it does is it switches the brain from the sympathetic system to the parasympathetic nervous system. If you don't know what those systems are, the sympathetic system is the system that the brain is in when it is panicking and it's stressed, nervous, anxious, and all of that. But the calm, relaxing system is called the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the system you want your dog to get into. And it has been proven that from a dog chewing, they can switch their brain from the stressed system to the calm system. And this is often why I think it's a good idea. If you've got a dog that's a bit anxious or nervous, if you can give him a treat and he chews on that treat, that's really good because it shows that his brain is switching to the calmer system. But the method that I really see work the most is chewing toys, because they can chew on them for a long time if they need to. And I've seen it. Oh, I think somebody might be at my door. Hold on. Sorry, yeah, there was somebody at the door. I've seen it with Humps here. So I know, I feel like I keep repeating myself, but if you know my channel, you know Humps. Came from the South Korean meat trade. He was a dog used as breeding, and he was left in horrific conditions for years and years and years. We've had him for 9 months, so understandably, he does get anxious about stuff. He's done incredibly well, so well, but there are still times when he gets anxious. And so I have toys just left all around the house for him. And that is because it allows him to go and get one. And I see him, he can be feeling anxious about something. He''ll go and get a toy. And first of all, he pulls it and rips it. You can see the tension getting out of him. And then he switches into a mode where he gets the toy and he's just chewing on it at the back of his mouth. And he often will fall asleep while he's doing that. My other dog, I've got 3 dogs. I've got another one over here somewhere. I don't know if you can see. There's a Harry over there. But he doesn't have any anxious issue. He's a very relaxed dog. But what I see him doing quite often, he'll do it in the evenings. He'll get a toy that's soft and he'll chew on it. And it's the same method. I get it at the back teeth and he just chews and chews on it. And his eyes are falling asleep and he can't keep his eyes open, and then eventually he'll fall asleep with it. And you can see how lovely and relaxing that is. And I've seen it lots of times with dogs. If you give dog a soft toy, there has to be destroyable. It has to be soft. Like you see how Humps has got that one there. That originally was one of the donut toys, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. He took all the stuffing out of it and then he just chews on it, and you can see how relaxing. I mean, he's relaxed now anyway, but you can just see how relaxing it is for them. But what's more important is, like I said, it's been proven that it switches the brain from one system to the other system. Now with us, actually no, before I say that, what I want to talk about is, you could achieve this same thing if you gave the dog something edible to chew on. My problem with that is there's nothing edible that they could chew on for a long time that I'm happy giving my dogs. So rawhide, I'm completely against that. I'll do a separate video on that, but I'm completely against feeding dogs rawhide. I don't like feeding dogs big bones for a million different reasons. I just don't like doing it. And things like, you know, you can get antlers and stuff like that. I've seen dogs break teeth eating those. So I don't do that either. So there's nothing like edible that I could give a dog that he would be chewing on for a long time. So for me, my method is with the toys. You can see down there, Humps chewing that. Can you see he's got it at the back of his teeth and he's just almost sucking and chewing on it? That's really, really relaxing for him. And I know now that his brain has switched over to the system that makes him feel calm and relaxed, and that's really lovely. So because of this, I have toys all over the place all the time. And I do have a selection. So I do have some toys here you can see. This is where Humps keeps his toys. He puts them all under the table. I have some like this. They're not really very effective at it because they're not soft. The requirement for them is they need to be soft enough to pull apart, to get tension out, and then soft enough to have a nice chew on. In a minute, I'll take you to find some other toys to give you a better example of that. So yeah, so I don't use edible things. I just use with toys. Now, some dogs cannot handle having dog toys out all the time. It drives them loopy. They can't handle it. And I did a video, if you go to dog behaviour, I did a video about dogs with a toy obsession, and Harry did have it. I've managed to stop it, but he did have it. My other dog, one of my other dogs. So some dogs can't have toys out all the time. And if that is the case, then, and you do need to put them away sometimes, then you just need to watch out. And if your dog's looking anxious, give him a toy. Some dogs can handle having toys out all the time, and some can't. And if, like I said, if yours is the case, go and watch that video. I talk about the problems that I was having with Harry. I was having some, not Hump, this is Humps, Harry's my other dog over there. I was having some big problems with him, and his obsession with toys. It was driving us all nuts. So I talk to you about what I did about that. But luckily, that's all sorted out now. So there were just toys all over the place. So whenever Humps here feels like he wants to get a toy, he can just go and get one. I do want to just show you the toys I'm talking about. Right, so this is my little Albert, if you don't know my dogs. So this is a selection of the toys. So let me give you an example. These are the kind of toys you do want. So they're soft, so they can be torn apart really easily, so to get the tension out. They're full of stuffing. You'll have stuffing all over your house. Just pick it up when you see it, get rid of it. That's of no use. So you want these kind of toys because they can rip them apart, but they can also then chew on them. The sort of toys that don't work are these kind of toys. This snake thing, had that forever. It doesn't work because it's too hard for the dog to chew on. They can't chew on it. They can't pull it apart. And this rope toy is another one. It doesn't work. They can't. Look at Harry with his donut. Have you got your donut? Yeah. They can't do what they want to do. So you can see Humps here with the donut. He's just having a good old. He's fine. He's not tense about anything now. So he's just having a little sniff of it. But yeah, so these sorts of toys don't work. I've had these toys for maybe even years. They're still existing. They're still going. They don't really work. I mean, they work for like if a dog wants to just chew on something. But from a point of view of calming a dog down, they're not effective because you can't achieve what you need to achieve. You can see here with Humps, you're just going to pull this one apart and pull all the stuffing out. But it's a really good activity for them to just calm down and get their brain switched into that parasympathetic nervous system. Right, now, you know how I'm always going on my channel about your energy and how your energy affects your dogs. If you are feeling stressed and you're feeling anxious, I'm going to tell you something that you can do that really calms you down. So it works exactly the same with us. If we are stressed and anxious, our brain is in the sympathetic nervous system is working. And then to calm us down, your brain has to be switched to the parasympathetic nervous system. And the only way to switch that on, and I'm sure that there's a lot of debate about this, but the only way that I have found ever works is with deep breathing in a particular way. And in particular, it is breathing out for longer than you're breathing in. So let me just give you an example. So, for instance, you would need to breathe in right from your belly. So make sure your belly moves when you breathe in. Do that for 4 seconds. Hold for 1 second. That's important. The hold in for 1 second is very important. Then you breathe out and you put your lips so they're close together, but you just got a tiny little hole, and that enables you to then breathe out for twice as long as you breathed in. So you're able then to breathe out for 8 seconds and then hold for another second and then do it again. So you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 1 second, breathe out for 8 seconds, breathe in for, no, sorry, I got that wrong. You breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 1 second, breathe out for 8 seconds, and hold for 1 second. And that is really, really effective at calming you down if you're feeling stressed. And if ever I'm just, if energy, stuff's going on and my energy's just not as calm as I want it to be, I will just sit and do that breath work, and it really just brings everything back down. Something else I'll do is, if, just as an example, sometimes the family next door have some visitors coming, and when they come, they don't speak in English. They speak in I think it's Iranian. The language they speak in, and it's men doing it, and it's quite loud. I mean, they're just chatting. They're being very social and just, it's perfectly okay what they're doing. They're not being rowdy. They're just chatting nicely. But something about it, which is completely understandable, upsets Humpty. He gets really quite anxious about it and quite upset about it. And so what I do when that happens is I don't interact with Humps. I don't do anything. What I do is I sit in the middle of this rug he's on and I do that breath work that I just told you about. And he always comes up and climbs onto my lap. And you can feel that he just calms himself right down. I've found without question it is the most effective way to just calm a situation down when my dogs are anxious. I do it all the time if I need to. And I found that it's really good. It brings me right down to calm, brings them right down to calm. I did it during fireworks season because, you know, if you watch one again, I've got a whole load of videos about my whole journey with firework fear. And that's one of the things that I did. I just sat in the middle of the floor and I just did that, and my dogs all calmed right down. I was calm, and it made firework night a whole lot easier than it's been in the past. And so it is a really, really, really good system. If you try it, if you suffer with anything massive like anxiety, panic attacks, anything really, really bad, that is a fabulous way to calm yourself down. But even if you don't, like I don't, it's just generally a very good way to just make sure that you just bring your energy down nice and calm. He's falling asleep now, my darling. Yeah. They've had their walk, had their breakfast. Didn't you? Done all the bits and pieces we have to do to them. And they're ready to have a little sleep now. Bless his heart. It's so sad when he gets anxious to watch it. And although he's made such incredible progress, when you consider what... He was kept in a, basically just a black warehouse in a crate, him and many, many other dogs all stacked up. And they didn't even have, like, floors on the crates. They were just, like, wire. There was a dog below him, a dog above him, dogs beside him. And he lived like that for goodness knows how long, years and years. And so, you know, considering that's where he's come from, he's doing incredibly well. What's the matter, Harry? What are you growling at? Harry's growling at something. He's doing incredibly, incredibly well. So I'll leave it on that note. Go and do some deep breathing. Try it. You've got nothing to lose. So thank you very much for watching. You know where I am, all the socials. I hope you have a really great day. I hope your dog has a really great day. I hope you really benefit from some nice deep breath work. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.